And Angel Reese knows a ring is coming.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game, and Kennedy has been here before, obviously, but there are so many great players in this league that have deserved this for a really, really long time, and luckily, it's coming now.
Angel Reese, a rising star in women's college basketball, is no stranger to the spotlight. Known for her dominance on the court, her confidence, and her competitive spirit, she has made a name for herself in ways that transcend the game. However, her rivalry with fellow player Caitlin Clark has stirred up more than just competition. The animosity reached a boiling point, and it didn't take long before tensions between them erupted into the public eye, setting social media on fire. But before we proceed further, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. The feud took on a life of its own during the NCAA tournament, where Reese's LSU and Clark's Iowa teams faced off. Both players had built up reputations for their killer instincts and relentless drive to win. But there was something about this matchup that felt more personal. Angel Reese had been vocal about her feelings toward Clark, which eventually spilled over into one of the most memorable moments of the tournament. Instead of simply celebrating the victory, Reese made sure to send a message to Clark by mocking her on the court, a move that quickly gained traction online. Reese's taunt wasn't subtle. It was pointed and deliberate, drawing a reaction from everyone watching. Some called it unsportsmanlike, while others viewed it as pure competitive fire. The basketball world had seen plenty of trash talk before, but this was different. This wasn't just a casual dig. It felt like something deeper was brewing. Angel's playful yet intense demeanor added fuel to the already heated rivalry, but it was clear her feelings toward Clark went beyond a typical on-court exchange. As the incident unfolded, Reese's actions were met with a barrage of criticism, particularly from those who thought she had crossed a line. Too much, they said, not necessary. The reaction came swiftly, as many felt she wasn't just playing the game, but was making things personal. The internet wasted no time taking sides, with debates sparking over whether Reese had taken the competition too far. It wasn't just basketball anymore. It had become a matter of attitude, respect, and sportsmanship. Angel's response: let's just say she wasn't exactly apologetic. In fact, the controversy only seemed to embolden her. Known for her unapologetic nature, Reese didn't back down from the criticism. In her eyes, she was simply expressing herself, showing the world that she wasn't going to be intimidated or play nice just to appease the critics. To her, this was all part of the game, and if people didn't like it, well, that was their problem. There's something undeniably entertaining about how Angel Reese handles the pressure. Her antics, both intentional and spur of the moment, often seem like the kind of behavior you'd expect from a sibling who knows exactly how to push her buttons. It's like she thrives on the idea of getting under people's skin, and the way she does it with such a straight face only adds to the amusement. There's no over-the-top display of emotion, no dramatic flailing, just a calm, almost amused smirk that says, "Yeah, I did that. What are you going to do about it?" Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, seemed less fazed by the taunt, brushing it off with a level of coolness that would make anyone wonder if she even noticed it at all. The contrasting personalities between Reese and Clark are part of what makes this dynamic so fascinating. Clark plays with an icy determination, focused and reserved, while Reese brings an energy that can't be ignored. It's almost like watching two different species of competitor, each fiercely talented, but with completely opposite approaches to handling the mental side of the game. Despite the heated rivalry, there's no denying that both players have raised the profile of women's college basketball. Their clash didn't just highlight their individual talents. It brought attention to the entire sport in a way that few others have. People were talking about women's basketball, not just for the athleticism or the gameplay, but for the drama, the personalities, and the sheer entertainment of it all. The Reese-Clark rivalry is proof that sports are about more than just points on a scoreboard. There are the stories, the rivalries, and the moments that stick with you long after the game ends. But for Angel Reese, it wasn't enough to just win the game. Winning wasn't the only thing on her mind that day. It was about sending a message, about making sure everyone knew exactly how she felt. And that's where things got tricky. What started as a victory quickly turned into a media frenzy, with pundits, fans, and even former athletes weighing in on the situation. Some praised her for showing passion, while others condemned her for poor sportsmanship. Both ways, people couldn't stop talking about her, and that, in its own way, is a kind of victory. Reese's refusal to conform to expectations is part of what makes her such a captivating figure. She doesn't shy away from controversy, nor does she try to fit into a mold that others have created for her. It's this unpredictability that makes her one of the most exciting players to watch, both on and off the court. Whether she's throwing down a block, draining a clutch shot, or stirring up drama with a post-game gesture, you can bet that Angel Reese is going to keep things interesting. The tantrum narrative, however, might be a bit of a stretch. Sure, Reese isn't afraid to let her emotions show, but calling it a fit implies a loss of control. What Angel did wasn't about losing her temper. It was about making a point. Her actions were calculated, even if they were fiery. If anything, her antics reflect a kind of theatrical flair and understanding that sports, especially at this level, are as much about entertainment as they are about competition. Of course, the media loves to spin these situations into something bigger than they are. The headlines about Angel Reese destroying Caitlin Clark are exaggerated, to say the least. Yes, there was tension, and yes, things got heated, but at the end of the day, it was two athletes pushing each other to be better, even if it didn't look pretty. That's the thing about sports, there's always more than meets the eye. Underneath the trash talk and the bravado, there's respect. Maybe it's unspoken, maybe it's begrudging, but it's there. What's more, these kinds of rivalries are what sports thrive on. They give fans something to rally around, to argue about, and to get invested in. Without moments like this, the game would lose a lot of its edge. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark may not like each other, at least not on the court. But their rivalry has done more to elevate women's basketball than any perfectly cordial post-game handshake ever could. Angel's rise to fame is marked by moments like these. She's not just a player. She's a personality, and personalities are what keep fans engaged. Whether you love her or hate her, you're going to watch her. You're going to talk about her. And that's exactly what makes her so effective at what she does. Her outbursts, her gestures, her antics, they're all part of the package. By the time the dust settles, it's clear that Angel Reese's reputation as a fierce competitor is well earned. But beyond the surface-level drama lies a deeper understanding of what it means to be a top-tier athlete. It's not just about skill, it's about presence. It's about knowing how to work the crowd, how to get in your opponent's head, and how to keep the conversation going long after the final buzzer sounds. For Reese, the feud with Caitlin Clark will likely be just one chapter in a much longer story. As her career progresses, there will be more battles, more opponents, and undoubtedly more moments that make people stop and take notice. But for now, this showdown will be remembered as one of the defining moments of her early career, an event that encapsulated everything she brings to the game: passion, flair, and a little bit of chaos. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content. We thrive on your feedback, so be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time, keep discovering and stay tuned.